Hello and welcome to another video from the only channel that you need to not only survive the current apocalypse, but actually enjoy it. Today's video is just going to be a warning to anyone who is thinking about starting their own YouTube prepper survivalist channel. Years ago, when I decided to do this, I watched a few other people's channels before I did mine, and I would laugh at people. They'd have their actual name, their address, all their personal information on their webpage. Then they would go into intimate details about where their underground shelter was and how much rice and beans they had stockpiled, and all about their chickens and their fruit trees and their gardens. And I'm just like, these people, this is not for real to them. These people are playing prepper. Because if you're telling people where you are and what you got, you're not really believing in what's coming. Because what's coming is for real. What you're doing is playing. Me, on the other hand, I was anonymous. I didn't let people see my face, didn't let them see anything, any kind of details about where I was at to identify where I was. And so I could say anything I wanted. Well, I made a video called Cost of Being a Survivalist Prepper, where I pointed at every house in my neighborhood and explained how these people had all kinds of luxury items but no food. These people had a bunch of luxury items but no food. These people over here got a bunch of luxury items but no food. And from that moment on, I was no longer a prepper, because guess what? No matter how anonymous you think you are, everybody knows who you are. When I would make a video about my garden, the next day everything in my garden would be dead, obviously sprayed with Roundup. If I made a video about my fruit trees, the next day all of my fruit trees would be dead or cut down. When I make videos about my chickens, somebody come over here and kill every one of my chickens. Now, I'm a little bit unique situation. When I bought this property, I was a Jehovah's Witness, and everybody who was at our Kingdom Hall tried to buy property in here. So we've got Jehovah's Witness houses all around me. When I stopped being one of Jehovah's Witnesses, suddenly I was open target. Anything that they could do to harm me was okay, because I had turned my back on the faith. But it doesn't make any difference. People go to sleep at night wanting to know for a fact that their world is going to be just like they left it when they wake up the next morning. And if you're the only guy in your neighborhood with a YouTube channel about the apocalypse, and there's other 1,000 more people around you that don't have a YouTube channel about the apocalypse, as soon as shit hits the fan, you can believe every one of them people is going to blame you for it, and they're going to come kill you and take whatever you got, because they know who you are. You know, I'm not going to say that I'll never prep again, because, you know, just being a human being requires that you know how to make food, how to prepare food, how to grow food. And I am not going to just stop, but I don't believe I'll ever be able to make another prepper survivalist video, because, you know, no matter what I do, these people around here are watching. And, you know, I've called the police, I've set up hidden cameras around the place, but you just wouldn't, until you go through something like this, you can't understand it. These people will change tactics every day. If you set a camera up over here because these people have been coming over here and poisoning your garden every day, right behind you is your chickens that they're going to kill. You can't keep up with them. And there's, you know, if you're like me, you set up a permaculture forest around your house, that doesn't sell. You'll never be able to sell it. I cannot move from here. I'm stuck here. And plus, if you move, wherever you move, it's going to be the same thing. I don't know. Look, I just want this to be, I want you to use caution. I don't want anybody to make the mistakes I've made, because I loved being independent. We were pretty close to being independent of all systems, you know. I mean, we could have stopped going to Walmarts and just lived right here, and probably done so indefinitely. But that's over with. It's all over with because of a YouTube channel. Just keep that in mind. Love you, and if you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.